there anybody here for the first time? Raise your hand. Is anybody the first time here at the Lasers Tech Class? I see Dennis is here for the first time.
Dennis is here for the first time. Okay.
And a bunch of
Excellent.
first. So the rule is the first timers have to buy everybody pizza. We're here until midnight tonight in this class. So at around 6 o'clock, the new people, you have to order pizza, and then we'll do a break. So how class works is you give a big round of applause to your Lacers people. Quite a few years ago, starting with Alex Rabrenovich, he started a Lacers Tech class at the live events at the end of the year, the open enrollments, to be able to help people transition from paper to starting to do these things online. And we've been together ever since. What that provides for you is we have this monthly tech class here, and it's like a club. We've been at it for years now. And there's a lot of regulars and new people that come along. You can pop in, you don't have to stay the whole time. It's really good to have everybody. The other thing that's really important is you're allotted a session. First of all, you can contact our shop, and in between the month, you can call us or contact us anytime. You're just not alone out there. So here we go. How it works is just how I explained. You're always welcome to call the shop. It is an honor to have you call us. We learn about what's going on out there on computers from calls from the public. So we'll make sure our number and our email gets into your hands, and we're pretty good at calling back. We have some questions from members throughout the month, and we'll talk about a few of those. We have Russ Ewald sent us a smart one. We have big scam alerts. We had a bunch of members call us, and I've had a scam attack a lot of computers lately called a browser hijacker. All of a sudden, you're on the computer and a big window pops up and you just can't turn the computer off. What is that? How to prevent it? This group has a yearly project. This year, we're building a website. Last year, we built a password saver. This year, our website is going to be built because it create a website for free on Google, and you can call that grandkids' wedding. And you can make a small, easy to manage, put together website and just load all your pictures and videos from that wedding event. And instead of now having to send an email with various pictures to various people, you send a link. You send a way for people to click on a button to be able to see your easy to make group website that shows all the pictures from the event. Or if you're a small business person, or even if you're having a garage sale, that's the concept. And it's really simple. If you managed a 30-year career with the city of Los Angeles and to get through your retirement, you can build a website on Google. It's just really nice. Another scam buster. We had another member here today. Well, Carmen was mentioning her, and her AT&T email was hacked. Somebody just got the password somehow, and she knew it because a friend called her and said, "Why are you sending me an email selling me jewelry?" We were able to get back on and change that password. But we'll talk about some prevention and what happens if you let that go too long. We're going to spotlight something called an Apple AirTag or a Google Tile. Now, our phones, whether you know it or not, contain something in an Apple called Find My Phone. Another one for Google or your Android is called Find My Device, which means if you lose your phone, you can use your computer or someone else's computer to find that phone. You can even send it a message so it can start ringing, or you could lock it. Well, Apple AirTag or Google Tile with My Memory is a little chip you can put on your keychain. You can stick it inside your wallet, your purse, your bag, anything that you moves around. The three big ones for me are my wallet and my keys and my glasses. I guess there's one that you can put on your glasses. That's one I lose a lot. So it's really affordable technology. Next, music. We'll talk about music, the journey from your 8-track tape to your cassette tape to your CD in the visor of your car with a little reflection coming off of that CD in the middle of blinding traffic on the 101. All the way to your iPod and buying songs from iTunes to what it is now, subscription services, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, and so on. If we have time, we'll talk about cheap home security cameras. I have an 89-year-old mom. You can buy a $19 camera, put it in a loved one's home or even your own home, and set an app on your phone so you can take a peek inside of your home or their home anytime. I have it at my place. I can just open my phone and look what's not going on there. For my 89-year-old mom, I have a few of them set up around the house. And my brothers and I, in her apartment now, can look on the phone and just check on her and see where she is. Let's talk about keeping your tech clean. Spring is in the air. You're going to be out there. You're going to be doing things. You're going to be grabbing a piece of pizza, eating a burger and fries by the beach, and then grabbing your phone. So remember, keep your devices clean, not only for your own health. If you keep your device clean, especially your phone, and you remove any greases or oils from your fingers, it helps it run cooler over time. The dirt just creates a barrier. and phones are all about running cool. We'll have our monthly Tech Jeopardy for prizes, some trivia questions. I made them tough this month. Talk about some topics for next month and our open forum. So let's talk about, let me stop my share and talk first about a thing that happened to Miss Moore. I don't see Miss Moore here yet, but there she is. Miss Moore is here. So it happened to a lot of people. Have you ever gone to a website and you're cruising around and all of a sudden a thing pops up on your screen and maybe it's flashing and you can't do anything? You click the keyboard, you move the mouse, and it's just sort of frozen. And the number flashes and it says, call this number. Let me show you what that looks like. Something like that. It just pops up and you can't do anything. And there it is. It looks like it's living. It's breathing. It's not real. It's fake. And it's called a browser hijacker. So we're all cruising around on the internet doing whatever we do. Could be Wells Fargo, your bank, Kaiser, mylacers.org. All it takes is to put an extra L in Wells Fargo, WELLLS, and you can get to a funky bad website. And the latest one is called a hijacker browser. It's like going to a big video by mistake that is now full screen and you can't get out of it. Have you ever done that? You go to YouTube, you go to full screen, and then you can't get out of it. You're hitting escape and your screen is locked on full. The presentation is full and you just can't get to your regular desktop. And you're clicking. You have your hand up, Nancy? Feel free to unmute yourself, Nancy. Let me help you along. I'll find you there, Nancy. There you are. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah, it's scary. It's a really scary one. Let me tell you. So how it occurs is you just go to a random website. You remember in the old days, you could dial your rotary phone and maybe make one mistake, right? You would dial, whatever your phone number, one Pioneer 34694. You hit the wrong number and you called Mrs. Riley down the street instead of grandma, right? That's all it took was to make one little mistake. Same thing with the internet. If you don't dial in that number correctly in the browser, that information, that www dot, you can go anywhere. And what it does is it creates a big video that takes over your entire screen. Now, here is the simple solution. And I don't know, Dusty, if I should tell them, because it might put us out of business. Sometimes the hackers help us. You get hacked, you call us, and then I got to charge you for this. You power down your computer. Now, what does that mean, power down your computer? When I often tell people to power down, they say, I did that and it's still there. There's a difference between sleep, that mid-level where your computer just goes to sleep and you tap on the enter key or you move the mouse and it comes back immediately, or a complete shutdown, restart or shutdown. Does everybody know when I say the difference between restart or shutdown? Okay, yes. So when the screen is locked though, there's no button for click to, you can't move the mouse to get to your usual spot. So you'll locate the power button, no matter where that's located on your device. On your computer, it could be on a laptop on the upper right. If it's a desktop, it could be on one of those boxes underneath you, could be behind it. And you hold that down for 30 seconds. 30 seconds. But really hold it down for 30 seconds, not 28, because you want to make sure it's turned off. Then wait and turn it back on. And that browser hijacker will go away. Now, the aftermath. First of all, when they do this, let me show you that's a scary picture. When they do this, and there's my screenshot, and their goal, the way they are going to get your money in the end of the day is if you call that number. That's the goal. That's the only goal, is to call that number. And that is a scam center. So I'm going to show you how to clear your history in Chrome. I'm going to clear my history. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to open up a Google Chrome page. Here's a normal, fresh Google Chrome page. On the right-hand side, you'll see these 3 dots. Do you all see that, those 3 dots?
Yes.
I just clicked that. No, you don't anymore because I did that. I'm going to click those 3 dots and I'm going to look for the word history. That opens up another window. It shows me some recent things I've done. But I'm going to slide over again. Now, Google doesn't really like to release its history because saving data is their business. So they make it like a couple clicks in. So now I'm going to go to history. And there's all my history. Let's see, what was I looking at? I was trying to fix somebody's computer. How to unlock a Surface Pro with a lost password. Just all sorts of normal stuff. You can see money and books and life on a computer. On the left, you'll see clear browsing data. Big important tab. I'm going to clear that. I'm going to press that. Now, as you can see on the top, it'll say time range. I can delete just the last hour, last 24 hours. I'm going to choose all time. Now, I cleaned it up enough, but this is probably a day or 12 hours. I have 847 places I visited. Hard to believe. I thought I went to 3 websites, but each one of those websites then goes to another website. From the different things I've done, I've downloaded items. Maybe I've gone to a website, I had to download a PDF. If you go to mylacers.org and you have to download a certain form for your retirement, your health plan, so on and so forth. Here comes those big words: cookies and other site data. What's a cookie? A cookie and site data, the same thing with the cached image and file, is a small teeny picture that the web page you visited leaves on your computer. So if you go to Bank of America, they have a logo, a pretty recognizable logo. They'll put a teeny little picture of that logo on your computer where you can't see it. This means the next time you go to Bank of America online, it pops up even faster. And we know speed is the issue that gets people there. I save passwords in Google a little bit, so I'm not going to erase those. Auto form data is, if I type something in, my address comes up or an office address. Now, what are site settings? That means I'm signed into 12 sites. Whether I know it or not, I could have signed into NASCARracing.com or ESPN or just different sites. And although you think you've signed out because you've closed the window, you're not. In the background, you are. And hosted app data is the Google Play Store, just something that's unique to me. We'll go to basic, the browsing history, the cookies, and the images. Now I'm going to do the magic. I'm going to erase 874 pounds of dead weight on my computer. I'm going to hit clear data. And that's going to wipe out all that memory. There's going to be no more history of those places, except for the things that I wanted to leave. And now, if I go back, we'll go back together. If I go to Google, I go to my 3 dots, I go to history, I'm a clean slate. Now, let's show you how this is done for you Apple people. Let's not forget about our proud apples. So here is Safari. This is the Safari browser for you Apple folks. Safari, it's a little easier. They're not as big of a data aggregator. You're going to click on when you open Safari, on the top left, you'll see that famous apple. You'll see the word Safari. Hold on, we have somebody in chat I can silence here. In Safari, you will see clear history. And now you have the same thing recently, not too long ago, all history. I want to clear my history. Whether it's Microsoft Edge or Firefox, it's the same process. There'll be 3 dots or under the word Firefox or Edge, and you can clear the history in your computer. You can do it on your phone as well. And it's helpful. Sometimes you'll go in there if you've never done it, and you'll see like 72,000 websites, right? The only thing to be thinking about is make sure that you have your passwords for the things you want to sign into. Anybody have any questions about your history, clearing your history on your computers? Very good. Now, remember, you might clear your history, but the internet never forgets. So you might clear the history that says, I went to Amazon, but Amazon will always know that on May 14th at 2:53 a.m., you went on their website. The internet is smart. Ron, do you have a question?
Yes, did you say you do delete site setting or do you
I do.
you do? Okay,
Yeah, I do. And I'm willing to sign in, to something.
Oh, sign in again, okay.
That just means, right, you could have signed into anything in the background and it's still there.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. Any other questions on clearing your history? And it's something you could and should do from time to time. It's not it's part of your, it's a healthy tech responsibility. And the main part we're going to talk about is Google Photos, and just give you an idea. So when you open a Google page, that's what it looks like. In here, oh, I didn't mean to do that. is something called the grid, or it's officially called the waffle. This has things that Yahoo or AOL or even your local provider doesn't have. In here, you have things like a great calendar, a notepad, a storage bin, a word processor. We all love Google Maps. Google Maps is a good one. Sheets is a spreadsheet. Google owns YouTube, but a really good one is called Google Photos. And let's show you what makes Google Photos good. So here's a photo. Here's a couple photos. Let's go. And oh, look, Stephanie Smith. I have a picture of Stephanie Smith in there. So in the old days, if I was going to send this picture, we'll honor Stephanie right now. Stephanie was one of the founders of our tech class with lasers. If I wanted to send this picture to someone, I'd have to put it in an email somehow. Or if I wanted to send, I have videos on here. Well, I could do something different. I could pick this picture, and now there's a share symbol. That wasn't around in 1975 when you had your Smith Corona typewriter. That's a funny little share symbol. In there, all changes now. I could simply write the person I want to send it to. I could write Dusty. I could add, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'll go back. I could add, I know I have Crystal's email in there. I could just keep adding all these people to the list, and then I could share that. So automatically, all those people are getting that picture. More so, I can go and I could choose several pictures at once. One, I'm clicking these buttons. I'm just, oh, here's something interesting. Ooh, this is good. Anyway, there's all those pictures, 20 of them, 100 of them. I can then share, and I can start typing in people's names. I can share it with Crystal and so on and so forth. And then they're all getting those photos, each one of them. Okay, let's talk about cameras. So some people have cameras, but let's say, how do I want to describe this? So again, I'll use, you're caring for somebody. You can get a $20 camera from Amazon or one from Staples or Best Buy, and you can set that up in somebody's home, and you can see that from your from your phone. Or you could put, if you're a person that lives alone, you could put one in your unit. You know, I've had one in my unit to watch the cat. I want to show you what that looks like. All right, so there you go. So I have in this one senior, that's just a picture on the top, in this one senior's unit, 3 little cameras. Each was $19.99. So it's a $60 investment. To get this, doesn't do anything. What I can do is, I'll show you areas where there's nobody there. I have one set up, and it's empty, just a bedroom. I'm not going to show you where there's a person right now. So I can watch that person in that bedroom. I have another one in a slip and fall place. That middle one is a hallway between a bedroom and a bathroom. So I can watch that area. And then the other one on top is the main living room area where you can see some people in there. That essentially is a concept of these affordable phones. You can keep an eye on just about anyone now. And it's just not expensive. It's a really affordable, basic cost. And they sell them at Staples, they sell them at Best Buy, and certainly at Amazon. They are really, really inexpensive. While we're on the phone, I want to show you a couple other items here about the phone. This is an Android, doesn't really matter, but it's an Android phone. The apps are all the same. Each one of these apps are things I've used before, but if you look through your different apps, you might have something you don't want anymore. It could be old. You might have gotten the measuring tape app, or you might have been trying the Hilton Honors when you were staying at a Hilton hotel, and that's how you got the free Wi-Fi or the free breakfast. You can remove that app. You can hold it down, and I can delete the app if I want. So I can hold. So let's do some tech trivia. Are we ready? Don't have to go to a cashier anymore. Here's a question. This is how time flies. What year did McDonald's introduce its first contactless kiosk? No Googling. I can tell if you're checking on Google. In the chat, please put your answer. What year did McDonald's introduce its first contactless kiosk? I'm not too proud. I went to McDonald's not long ago, and there was 6 kiosks and only 1 person at the desk, and it was faster to use the kiosk. All right, let's do da na 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 da da na 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 da da da. And bidding is now closed. For let's see what our answers are. If I can see, I know what it is.
That's the first time I ever saw something like that.
Oh, they're everywhere. Okay, we have one winner. We have one winner. Are you ready for the answer to this? Ooh, look, I'm still checking my phone. Where is my answer? Here you go. The winner is Peter. In 2015, McDonald's began rolling out self-ordering kiosks to its US locations and plans to populate all 14,000 locations across the United States with
I
self-service.
never win anything.
Well, Dusty, can you make sure what we're gonna send Peter is a 1986 dot matrix printer. If you can fix it, you can keep it, Peter. We're gonna send you an Amazon card, Peter. Ready for our next tech question? Here we go. It's
It
true.
looked
Peter,
like Robin won also based on Dusty.
well, Dusty, I'll let Dusty be the judge of that. Robin, I think Miss Moore is on your side. I think she's trying to hustle.
Well, I was looking at what Dusty put in there.
Thank you, Miss Moore.
You're welcome. I gotta look out for my people now.
There, yes, and
That's
you
right.
know your people. All right, are we ready? Let's get that thinking cap on a little more. We got another one coming up. Who remembers those when you went to the gas station? You would put your credit card into this machine, they'd put a piece of carbon paper, and they'd swipe it.
I remember them. Don't they still have them in some places? I
No,
think
they don't.
Oh, I'm thinking they do.
No, they don't. So what year did these credit cards become computerized? When did you go to the gas station and could stop using?
They had them at Edco.
Oh, you got the answer? Okay, put the answer in, Betty. What year did the gas station or the market move on to have electronic transferring of the money when you handed them a card? In the old days, they would have to collect all these slips and mail them to the bank. You know, the one person doing that job at the gas station had a couple beers at the end of the week. I bet they lost some money. So let's look at the answers here. I'm going to go. See that? All right, let's check our answers here. Charge slip. Dennis said it's right. Dennis is right. That was called a charge slip. That was I forgot that terminology. I need a charge slip. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. You know, we got a lot of good answers. People are pretty current. Here's the answer. I was surprised myself. And the answer is it was 1973.
Wow.
It was a long time ago. So up until 73, they had to manually send it to the bank, but the system was computerized in 73. The first CEO of Visa. Did anybody go that far back to 73? You know, Novella's at 77. No, Peter's won again. Peter, you are in a roll. Oh, Noreen. I think Noreen gets it at 72 with a special shout out to Dennis for calling it the right name. So Noreen, you have won. All right, let's go to our next one. And our final until next month. So it's margarita time in Los Angeles, summer in the backyard. We're a city of backyards. When was the electronic consumer blender invented? That's a piece of technology. You'd have to used to beat things up with a whisk and a pan, but now you could put this Art Deco looking thing together, plug it into the kitchen, and this was a pretty big advancement. What year was the electronic consumer blender invented? That means that you could go to your house and get one. And bidding is on. Da 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 da. And bidding is closed. All bidding is closed. You're going to have to wait till June for your next one. Here is the answer, the big reveal. Oh my God, it was a long time ago, 1922. Let's clap for Crystal and the Lacers team and Betty Smith and Stephanie. They work hard to keep this together.